All right, guys, this is going to be a fun AMA. We've got a lot of questions, so we're going to have to rock through these pretty quick. Number one, will you make KNX one of the accepted cryptos to buy GRP? So, short answer right now, the way the buy side is set up, we've got to allow people to get GGT and GRP at the same time, and KNX is GGT at this point. So basically, it's going to be transferred 1-to-1 to GGT. So what we'll have to do to allow people to buy GRP with KNX is basically to have a separate system, for it, and that's something we can talk about in the future. Before the launch, we would do want to give our, KNX people and the people that own GGT like a chance if they wanted to move that over, or to exchange some. So we'll definitely look into that and we'll keep you updated on it. So question number two is in the Netherlands, we can't use Bitmart, we can't use Binance, we can't use a lot of the exchanges that are main exchanges. So they're basically just asking, are we going to be able to use your exchange? And this question really goes back to a lot of the questions that I've answered with the United States, the UK, a lot of those main markets. And the short answer to it is that we are trying as hard as possible to get exchanges that facilitate those main markets, Canada, United States, Australia, Germany, Netherlands, all of those main markets, from the bat, like from the very first, launch. And we'll definitely keep you updated on it. And we can't obviously tell you until we have the announcement date planned with the exchange, but we'll definitely keep you updated on it, and we'll definitely try to facilitate as many of those main countries as we possibly can to start out. And then, of course, everybody is important. We'll try to, get something that works for everyone going forward. Okay, so number three, is Great Blockchain completed? Basically, is it completed, and will there be a public announcement? So where we're at right now is that we spent well over probably 2 years developing the blockchain itself, or in this case, a distributed ledger. It is done. The only thing that is lacking with it is literally just the transition from testnet to mainnet. So, and really, the reason why that's important is like you going from a testnet. You guys, many of you guys probably saw the testnet that we had up for a while, but the testnet is basically a working. It is done. So, like Grape as a distributed ledger is done. Is it perfect so that we know for years and years and years and years it's going to be completely flawless? No. And that's what we're going. That's basically what we're working on right now. It's working on the testnet to make it to the mainnet, and that basically it's going to be covered on a lot of the documentation that we put forward on either Monday or Tuesday. We're planning on putting out the roadmap, and that will really detail a lot of what we've done, a lot of what we have, going forward. And so you'll be able to see, really where all that will fall into place. Okay, so number 4. Basically, it says, "Hi, Steve. In the last AMA, you mentioned something about staking." Okay, so just really quick, we did have the 120-day staking on the buy site for a while. Anybody who's on that, you're well over it. We're gonna get you onto the main chain. Anybody who's buying right now will have no problem. Like, we're not gonna make you stake for 120 days. I think I've already gone over that. However, we are going to have a staking setup to where if you are going to hold, and my recommendation personally and our recommendation, it would be to hold, especially after you see the roadmap. Like, you're going to see like where we really go ahead of the competition is where we launch the AI features for gaming. And that's going to be next year. But those features in and of themselves put us way ahead of the competition. Anything that I've seen, and I'll go over that a little bit more in this AMA. But so yes, we're going to have some staking features that will allow you to stake from anywhere from probably 10% to 15%, and we'll just pull from the foundation funds to do that, and that will allow you to grow your bag if you're willing to, if you're going to hold, and that's something that I would definitely recommend. So number 5, when mainnet launches, is there anything that you can do to increase your chances of hitting a block other than just owning a bunch of GGT or GRP or running a full node? So what I would say is, I think running a full node will be super easy. So, I mean, that'll probably be something you're going to want to do no matter what, and that'll add 1,000 transactions per second to the system. So you'll be helping the system, and you're going to be able to stake a lot more. It is going to be a setup on staking as of now, and so what that means is that it's going to be based on how much you hold. Basically, the more you own as far as GGT and GRP, it's going to increase your chances of hitting a block exponentially. So just the more you hold, the higher the chance you have of hitting that. Oh, I like this question. Okay, so there's another question that is, can Grape Network outperform Solana in volume? Grape offers gaming, but Solana offers or has Pump Fund, Pump.fund. So this is actually something I think is like one of my favorite questions ever. And it kind of like highlights, in fact, one of the questions in a couple questions up, and how we compete with everybody. So a couple questions up, there's a question about ICP, or basically Internet Computer. It's a big project that is, essentially trying to create a decentralized internet. So where we go way further than anybody else, in my opinion, is a lot of these people, they're trying to create like a setup to where people go on websites. Okay, so having, that's nothing new. So like you can go on websites, you can have some apps, on the system itself, and that's it's amazing. But now this is where I see things exploding as far as a chain goes, and that is having something to where you can play like games on. So look at a game, just one game. So let's look at like some of the biggest websites, some of the biggest apps. I mean, they pale in comparison as far as the constant activity to even some of the like smallest games right now. So you have a game like Clash of Clans. It's got millions of daily active users. There's millions of even like things going on in a split second. So that's all being processed by the blockchain of itself. So you have one game like Clash of Clans, and you have more actions on the blockchain, more things going on, more people paying to use that blockchain than, in my opinion, thousands of websites and a huge amount of apps. So that's really where we break away from ICP and Solana, like everything set up like it is, because we have the infrastructure that's needed to power like the most powerful games on the market. And that's really, not only that, like where we're going up to is we're moving up to be able to create those types of games in seconds. So right now, we're moving up the scale, and you'll see the roadmap later on. But the whole trajectory of where we're going is so far beyond any of those projects. And like I said, you'll be able to see what I mean by that on the roadmap itself next week. So next question. Will there be a sell button on the Grape website? I can only see a buy button. So as soon as we start, the buy button right now goes to the buy site. But as soon as we start selling anywhere else, as soon as we launch, we're going to literally list out all the exchanges there, where we're going to be listed. So anybody can go to any of those and then, buy or sell. Okay, so so like another one is, okay, are you in any contact with big name influencers on X? A lot of people will call it Twitter still. Yes, we absolutely are. We're getting everything lined up right now for a massive influencer push. So influencers mainly from TikTok, mainly from even some from Twitch, YouTube. I mean, honestly, the biggest ones are probably from YouTube, and then X. We've got all that ready and lined up for the big push for the launch. So we'll be doing that as soon as humanly possible as we progress through our timeline, which you'll see a lot of it on Monday or Tuesday. So another question, when can we start changing from KNX to GGT? That's a great question. So right now we're focusing on building community. So like right now, the main focus of everything that we're doing is building community, getting on a pre-chain to the mainnet for GRP. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is really hyper focusing on GGT and getting that back on track. So I would say the first of next month is kind of our anticipated plan to get everybody moved over from KNX to GGT, kind of to get us ready for that launch. And we'll keep you guys updated on that for sure. So another person asked basically about the use cases of GGT, and that was actually a video I was going to create today. And it's actually good that somebody asked, because now I can kind of hit that, and then I'll probably do that. I'll probably finish this video next week on the use cases of GGT. But essentially, GGT, the biggest thing that it powers is, it's the government system, the autonomous, the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization for Grape. And I think I hit on that a little bit before, but it's also going to power, once we get this, we're working towards a sovereign independent zone, or a special economic zone. We have basically a national payment platform, or a system for payments, and that would be like, with our specific stable coin, and that will all be done through a system that basically is used and powered by GGT. So that will also be added to it. We've got another, big use case that we're going to be announcing here very soon. It's going to be in the roadmap. You'll see that on Monday, and that'll be pretty phenomenal. That'll be something exciting. But those are the 2 or 3 biggest use cases. It's basically the DAO, the government system, for the sovereign zone, or the sovereign independent zone, and then really the national payment platform for that. It's going to be epic, absolutely epic. So then the next question is, when will we? Oh, I love this one. This is absolutely phenomenal. When will we see a demonstration of the Grape AI web pages, like basically like being able to build apps, or build web pages on it? And they talk about ICP. So ICP demonstrated their system a while ago. How does it compare with ICP? Okay, this is really cool, and there's a reason why I'm so excited about it. It compares in a crazy way, because okay, so the last I saw on ICP, they haven't gotten apps live. So like you can't build apps on their system whatsoever. You can basically you can do some like a few you can do a demonstration of doing web pages on their system. Um, where I see us blowing them out of the water is the next partnership we have is literally, in my opinion, the absolute best AI creator that you could possibly partner with. So we have them ready to go. And what this is going to do for us in the next quarter is allow us to create complex, like I'm talking like LinkedIn, I'm talking Facebook. I'm not talking like little pitiful like, workout apps. I'm talking massive applications on your phone, on the internet, wherever. It's going to be able to we're going to be able to power those and create those through this system. We'll power them through the great blockchain. But that's where we're going towards, like in the next quarter. So that you'll see that in the roadmap shortly. But I cannot elaborate this enough. Like we are above the competition in every way. If we weren't, I would not be like staking everything on this. I have put personally every dollar that I had extra. Like I've invested in this project. I am all in on Grape Chain, and there's a reason for that because it is far above the competition as far as computational power, especially per user node. It is so far. That is in and of itself the main thing that puts it ahead because it can power super complex apps like a Facebook, like a Twitter, like a LinkedIn, like a Clash of Clans. Game of War, those types of games, those types of applications. Like it can power those where nothing else can. Nothing else that I've seen can. So that in and of itself is why we are so far ahead of the competition and why we will continue to be, and unless they literally create new ledgers themselves. So one of the last questions is, since we don't have to wait, for the 120 day staking period, can we at least wait till new GRP is ready so we don't have to swap from another? Yeah. Okay, so basically somebody's asking if they can just wait and not go from the buy site, to basically to our next chain, which will be basically a Binance Smart Chain coin, and then which will eventually, of course, be moved to the mainnet. I would normally say no, but okay. So I guess the most important thing is that if you own any on the previous chain, on the Ethereum chain, which is kind of our current setup, you're going to have to move those to the new Binance Smart chain. It's like you're going to have to do that. Like there's no way to go around it. Like you're going to have to do that within the period. Is if you don't do it within the period, they'll be stuck. So we'll have like a 2-week period where you'll be able to just move those over. It'll be super easy, super seamless. Like you'll send them to an address and then they'll be sent right back to you. Boom, you're done, and it's all good. But as far as people on the buy side, absolutely, we can definitely allow it and make it easy for you to just wait. That's not really an issue. We'll just we can get that sorted out. So if you buy, or if you have bought and your coins are still on there, or even the staking site, we can make allowances for that and we can get that sorted out. So then we have another question. Are we in the club if we buy Oh, if you buy GGT and GRP right now, yes, you are absolutely in the club. I mean, you're in the club anyway if you're a fan. We want to keep everybody included, but no, I mean, I have never been more excited about any project. I have never been happier or just more enthusiastic about a future of anything. I've worked for the last almost 10 years for exactly what we're doing right now. But not just for what we're doing it with the most powerful chain that I've seen ever. And we're doing it with enthusiasm. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen I mean, even just on, I mean, CMC, like our positivity is through the roof. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's almost 90%. The last I checked, I mean, I think it was like 86%. The last I checked on the positive reviews, I'm like, this, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. We have a chance to really, not just a chance, but a big opportunity to really make that top 20. And I will be fighting and doing everything possible in my power to absolutely do that and make that happen. You guys, just stay tuned. Anything else you can think of for questions for this next week, definitely send it over. We will make this happen, guys. Just stay tuned and stay with us.